we dig into Market Watch here, I actually wanted to put up the August 2023 items graded by PSA, SGC, CGC, and Beckett here. And to the amount of people that are like, well, Robbie, you know, we're in a recession right now. You know, the world of grading cards is going down the crapper. The plus percentile here tells me that the world of grading cards is going just fine. So I just wanted to pass that info along. Let's take a look at the market, shall we? Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. Oh boy, you know, with the Terminal World somewhere in the near future here for the OCG set, I was looking at Gen X Undyne and I was like, you know, is there a chance that we do see some sort of power-up support for this in the future? I mean, imagine, but these are $13 to $14. Now, I don't know. We already know that there are 4 themes coming down the pipeline. They're going to get new cards. But Gen X Undyne's always been one of those cards that you look at for the cost. You're like, oh, you know, it dumps and does everything. Birdman's $5. Locomotives are still 5s. Gen X Ally Axle, some Star Strike Blast. Gaining a little bit of value back here as well. $7, $8 for that. That's kind of hilarious. And then the controller's coming in about $6 right now. The immediate value stuff, I mean, there's past format application for this as well. But if you're looking at this stuff, you kind of got to ask yourself, huh? And even like Thermal Gen X down here is at $3. Windmill is at $2. I don't know. I'm very curious to see what's going to happen if Gen X could be one of the potential new support lines. Speaking of LOL X-Sabers, we saw that there was one of these left on the market earlier in the week. And somebody finished it off. Somebody said, you know what? I believe in X-Sabers. X-Sabers is literally one of those decks that's 1 to 2 cards off from coming back in a full swing. And it amazes me that people are just like, no, X-Sabers aren't. There's no way. Well, if Gotham's Emergency Call has rocketed up to this price point, you know, once again, past format applications are also included in this, but something to consider there. Yeah, that's $84, $90, $110, $200 for an Alti Ally of Justice Cataster. I don't know what to tell you about this. This is actually pretty disgusting in my personal opinion. Once again, I mean, this has been one of those cards that have pretty much cruise controlled for a majority of its life. And I mean, you haven't had any sales until the 10th was your last one. So it's not like this is a hot commodity, you know, moving around on the market. But okay, so you got a lot of little dual terminal things to kind of pick up and consider out here. Do you know the Power-Up Special Edition with Fulham Knight in it? Only one of these exists in the market, and it sold for $50. This is not a product that, you know, I definitely wanted to sit around and keep. Hyunlei's, still $30 plus. Obviously, Hyunlei was one of the better ones. You get Italian for $35 for first ed, $37 down there for the light play first. Okay, and then of course good old Emmer's Blade and XXXX Saber got M's. Yup, this thing is still pretty much doing its thing. Of course, you know, you're not going to get a cheap Gotham's anymore for any sort of value. Yeah, all the mod plays are still in the $50+ range. They hit that first edition mark, $75 for a very light plate English from Gamer's Choice. You're hitting $80. Nearman's going to cost you about $90, 90 plus more after tax. So once again, you're really paying for that tax on the future support here. Now this has been interesting. You know, the Assault Synchrons, these really just shot down to the floor. I almost was looking at this, I'm like, I understand like this didn't necessarily take off in terms of its support. The last one sold at $9.6 for $100, and then they shaved all the way down to $65. Even at $65, nobody's kind of looking at these right now. Monster's Revenge already came through. It already did its job. It lowered down prices. People then immediately tossed the set in the garbage can, and they were like, this is done. There are a few little things that are still left in the set, but if Assault Synchron has tanked down this much, that's crazy. Meanwhile, Chaos Angel is rocketing back on up here. I love the fact this card hit a $55 mark, and then we're right back on up here, $65, $70, $60. You have one for 60 and then 69, 69, 99, 70, 72. And up they go, and they are not stopping. It amazes me that people are perplexed as to why this card has gone up so much at this point in time. It's free real estate. Now, this is going to confuse some people. Dark Crisis, the 25th Anniversary Edition Booster Pack. That's right. These are $10.99 a pack with $1 shipping. So that's, what, $12 a pack? Now, remember, you got these in the special editions from earlier in the year. And people are like, wait a minute. Whoa, Robbie. But didn't this get a booster box? No, this didn't. So this is the one set that did not get the reprint box. And it was just in the set. So, for the pack openers out here that would want to have to go through this, you'd have to open up, so much of those Egyptian God boxes, but getting one pack at a time. So, you can imagine getting a box of this is going to cost you a fairly large amount of money. It's like $200+. So that's kind of a little bit of an interesting little fun fact that you probably didn't think about. Sky Striker Ace Azalea. Wow, I remember when these were cheap. $10.50? Yeah, on up. And we're still kind of cruise controlling here at the $15, $16, $17 mark. Love the Korean versions here that are just kind of floating on the market. But $16. Yeah, you're pretty much doing your thing at the $16 point here. Yep, pretty cruise control. Thrust. We have one person out here that is like, hey, you know what? Screw it. I'm trying to sell this for cheap. Outside of that, they're back over the $106 on up to the $110 mark. Not all that surprised. Regular Thrust, $80, $78, $73. Yeah, there's still $76. Nothing's changed there. And then, of course, we have Weather Painter. Did you know that Weather Painter Snows, these just have not changed over time? I don't know why people are also... you haven't had one of these sales in the last couple of days, but these are still $6 on the market if you were trying to pick these up just to have a little bit of fun with, the old Weather Painter deck. It's not like it's doing immediate things right now. Plus, the reprint's 10 cents from good old Eldorado. Revolution Synchrons. Gotta love the Synchro hype not doing its thing. $40 now for these. This was one of the last pillars holding up Duelist Nexus. And now that this pillar has been kind of knocked off of its pedestal here, you're kind of seeing the set flop down even harder. That's why you're seeing Chimera pick up a lot of the slack, but the unfortunate thing is even that's not doing well. And Marionette Mites. $1.45, $1.45. We're underneath the $2 mark. You're still paying over $2 for shipping. But Robbie, I don't have to pay tax in my state. Well, who cares? Still over the $2 mark. Yeah, a lot of these repopulated. Sky Striker Mobilize Engage. I've been asked all week if I thought Engage was an interesting pickup. Well, none of these have moved. And it can move to 3 at this point. I don't think it's going to do anything too crazy. Yeah, the Sky Striker player can draw a bunch of cards, but they still have a lot of fundamental issues that they're going to have to deal with in the format. Royal Oppression. Oh, nice. This card is always constantly selling. Thank you, Edison. Man, look at this constant track record here of these. This is doing its thing. Let's toggle into a first edition. What am I paying? Light play $11? Yeah, $11 for the rares for Royal Oppression. I'm assuming that the gold rares are pretty expensive. Yes, let's toggle off of our first edition here. Gold's coming about $14. Hey. Yeah, $15. Yeah, just pick those up, honestly. They look better. This was not the bad gold. Stone King Darius. I feel like I missed something with this in the old time machine, but these are still $3. Not really much has fundamentally changed with this guy. Judgment of the Light. Oh, that's $105. A box just sold for $99, but this is another one of those sets I came across while I was looking for interesting little things on Market Watch. And the fact that I think a lot of people forgot about this set, and they're just like, Judgment of the Light, who cares about that? Well, it's technically a $100 set, honestly, and that's pretty interesting. And then the Magician of Bonds and Unity, $150, and these just continue to toggle on down, man. They're so fast to the bottom. That's kind of nuts. I am kind of curious to see how the other palette colorways are going to knock this thing even further down. This thing shouldn't even be the price point it is. It should be maybe $100 at that, but the fact that, the people did pay the extremely high price points. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. There is a chance that this does go back up later in its life, but we'll kind of have to wait and see. It's a game of just waiting to see what actually happens. So please, leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here later today, guys. Peace out. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.